What is up, YouTube? It is Lori, back with another motherfucking video, back with another motherfucking blunt. You guys, it's already lit, and that's because I was trying to do a video before, then my phone storage just went haywire, and then I was trying to delete shit, and it just didn't work out, so I thought I'd start it over again. So I'm sorry that I lit it without you guys. Grab your blunts, your bowls, your bongs, joint spliffs, doobies, whatever you want to call them, and get lit with me, you guys. We're just going to be session, and I'm going to be telling you guys a little bit of a story time, as you can probably tell from the title. I'm just gonna get into it, but as you guys probably know, if you follow me on Snapchat, you would know I have started a new job, and I really like it. It's honestly fun. I love everything about the job. I mean, obviously, like the work, like the labor, you could do without. You know, no one wants to just work their entire life, but my coworkers, the job itself, the facility that I work at, it's so structured and well mannered that it makes it very fun to work at. It makes you want to do your best because everybody else is doing their best, and because they uphold such high standards themselves, such high standards, you want to do well too, because you don't want to be the only one out of the bunch not meeting their standards, especially when, you know, they're not that hard. I mean, well, let me not say that. If I just said they were high standards, it's not hard to meet those standards, even though, you know, they're very strict about the way things go down in that place. I really like it. And I was getting along with all of my coworkers, except for this one guy. Me and him got along, but I just started to notice things about him that I just were not sitting well with me. One of the biggest things of this story being that whenever Black Lives Matter was talked about, he had a very, like, he was just like, no, like he completely like brushed it off. And what I mean by that was, like, I brought it up once, and I think it was just brought up in conversation another time, because I don't want people to think I like baited him into this conversation to see like, hey, where do you stand? Because honestly, I don't need to know unless you make a point to tell me. But it was being talked about, and I think I just offhand said something about it, and he was like, oh, I don't care about any of that stuff. And I was like, you don't care about Black Lives Matter movement? And he was like, no, I don't mean that. I just don't really care for all that politics. And I hate when people say that when it concerns the Black Lives Matter movement, because it is not politics. It should not be a law. It should not be anything the government has to discuss, or government officials, or the president, or anyone for that matter in this entire universe. It is not politics. It is general common sense. It is a group of people fighting for the basic human rights and human decency and kindness towards everyone and one another. It's not that hard of a concept to get. So I hate when people say that when they're talking about Black Lives Matter, because it's not politics. It shouldn't be a debate, a question, a fight, an argument about treating everyone, no matter what their race or ethnicity, nationality. I don't know. I'm pretty sure like two of those are different. But it doesn't matter whether your religion, your sexuality, whatever. It should not matter. We should be treating each other with kindness. And like, I hate when people say that referring to the Black Lives Matter movement. I'm actually gonna put this down for a sec and put my hair up. But I said that to him, not in that way, but I did make a point to be like, you know, it's not politics. It's, you know, it's common sense, you know, basically is what it is. If you don't understand it, then you lack common sense, I feel like. But so I said that, not that he lacks common sense, but I said that in that way. And he was just like, oh, well, I just don't choose to, you know, blah, 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 blah. Silence equals compliance. I don't give a fuck what you say. But I wasn't about to have this conversation with him at work. So I would just leave it alone at that point. And I kind of, you know, after that knew not to bring that type of stuff up with him. And then another thing that used to bother me was every time I was getting taught something while I was being trained, he would have to jump in and add his little 2 cents. He would have to add, oh, well, you know, you could also do it this way, or it could be like this, or it could be like this. And he would always have something to say. And most of the time, he was wrong. Most of the time, whatever he was saying was not correct, or he wasn't telling me everything that I needed to know. And the person, always being my upper management, a higher position than him, would always have to correct him as well and be like, no, you know, or add whatever he left out. And so I kind of, you know, made myself I started to like notice all these things. And then one day in particular, when I was doing something, the way I was doing it, see, I work at a car wash. I won't say which car wash, but I need to explain this so you guys know what I'm talking about. But when you go through a car wash, you're being pushed by rollers, and they're pushing your back tire. They're never supposed to go behind your front tire, always the back, because you could run out in the car wash and you will be stopped there. And it could be bad, whatever. So, well, not whatever, but like it could be bad. And this lady, what you could do, which you're not supposed to do, but sometimes what happens is people will let the rollers roll under their car, and that usually happens if they're not in neutral, if they're in brake, or if their foot is on the brake. But that happened, and I was just going to have her, pull up over the roller, which is you're supposed to do, and send her on. And right when I was about to do that, my coworker, the guy who always got to add his little 2 cents in, ran up to me and was like, oh, is everything okay? Is everything okay? I explained the situation to him, and then he was like, oh, well, you can let her go with the rollers under her front tire. Obviously, that did not work out. The car wash ended up being held up, and I was super pissed because this happened like my first week of working there, and I was just kind of like, what the fuck? Like, I messed up already, and my biggest critic, and I'm really hard on myself sometimes, so messing up it just made me feel really bad about myself. And I was pissed because when my upper management came and was like, what's the problem? I told them, like, not even trying to tell, but I said, like, you saw him. Well, they did see him run up to me and give me help, and then that happened afterwards. I told them, he told me it was okay to do that. When they went to go talk to him, he told them that another manager told him that he could do that. And when they confronted that manager, he was like, I never said that. So now you're just making shit up. You're not right. And come to find out, this dude's only been working here for 2 weeks. 2 weeks before me. He just got out of his training. And you got the nerve to be fixing your mouth and say something to me? Like, and not just that, but we also have sales. Because you can sell car plans. If you've ever been to a car wash and someone's offered you, like, hey, you can wash your car this many times a month for this amount, blah, 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 blah. That's what we sell. And, you're trying to get as many of those a day. You have to get at least 2 a day and 12 altogether for the group, everyone that was working. And he was the type of person that was just, like, really competitive, and he had already made it out to me, like, made a point to me to be like, I'm going to be better than you. I'm sorry if I'm stuttering so much, but I'm talking fast. He already kind of made that point, and I was just like, what the fuck? Like, why are you better than me? He thought he was better than me because he had told literally everyone and their fucking mama at the job that he used to be a car salesman. And that's great. That's wonderful. But this, it's things are just different. May not be as hard, but it's just different. And I actually ended up outselling him a lot of those days, and he got pissed. And one of these days that we were working together, I had said a sentence with the N-word in it, and he repeated that sentence back to me. And I told him, dude, you can't say that. Now, it could have stopped there, but then he proceeded to say, yes, I can. And I said, no, the fuck you cannot. He said, yes, I can. I said, no, you cannot, or I'm not going to like you anymore. He said, it is what it is. I said, it is what it is until you don't have a job here anymore. I actually said that under my breath. He did not hear me. But then I said, you know what? It's about to get real hostile. He said it can get hostile if you want to get hostile. He also said that I shouldn't be offended because he probably has more black friends than I do, and that he didn't say it with the ER. He said it with the AH. It does not fucking matter. I real quick went and told my managers, and he was fired in the next 2 days. And they told me that he had no remorse and was not sorry about it. I was just kind of like, okay. Like, you don't have a job here anymore. What am I supposed to say sorry? Like, what? And the fact that it could have stopped. Like, it easily could have stopped, and it didn't have to go that far. Honestly, I apologized to my managers and my upper management when I was talking to them about this, because I told them, like, I'm sorry that I even used that language at work. I'm sorry that I even said something like that, because to be honest, if I didn't say that, this situation probably never would have happened. So I apologize for using that type of language at work, because regardless whether or not I can say it or not, it's a slur and it's not something that should be used in a professional setting. So I told them that. They didn't have to have no more talks with me, and his ass was out the door. And guys, I have just now passed my 1 month mark of working there, And they love me, by the way. I'm doing amazing, and I love working there. I'm getting along with everybody. Everybody's so funny. They all have their own different personalities, and it's just a blast, to be honest. I can't even lie. So, yeah, that's what happened. I got someone fired. I got him fired. And I wasn't trying to get him fired. I told on him. I don't even want to sound like that, but I told my manager, I told on him because of the fact that he didn't immediately apologize. He was bold about it. He was real fucking ballsy about it. Yes, I can. No, you cannot. This is a white boy, by the way. If I haven't said, if you haven't gathered, this is a Caucasian man of the Caucasian race. Like, no, you cannot. I don't know why you think you could. Oh my God, y'all. Y'all see this? Trifling. Oh my God, I'm about to put it away. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry y'all had to witness. Nah, y'all, I'm tripping. There's too much going on. I think I'm going to finish this off camera. But thank you guys for joining me for this little story time, this little sesh in my garage. Like I said, I was doing a video before this. I actually have told this story before in one of my videos when it happened, because it happened a couple weeks ago now. And at that point, like when I told the video, it was the day I found out he got fired. So it was very fresh, very new. I literally was like in my uniform doing it, but I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to have my like company logo just out there. So I decided to do it now. But thank you guys for watching this video with me. I hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for the next one. I hope you guys got fucking lit. Yeah, have a good morning, afternoon, night, whatever time you guys are watching this. And yeah, peace.